Vietnam's journey through history is marked not just by grand temples or bustling cities, but by the enduring heartbeat of its traditional craft villages. These villages are where artistry flourishes. Culture is embodied in every creation, and age-old skills are lovingly passed from one generation to the next. Vietnamese handicrafts are a mosaic of heritage and daily life, rooted in the country's collective spirit and enriched by centuries of adaptation, function, and beauty. It is said that to understand the soul of Vietnam, one must grasp the significance of its handmade arts. These crafts are not mere products. They are living testaments to patience, ingenuity, and an enduring respect for natural materials. Each item, be it a terracotta vessel, a silk scarf, or a bamboo fan, tells a story of the village and the hands that made it, reflecting both the land's resources and the people's creative resilience. The role of craft villages in Vietnam stretches far beyond that of mere production hubs. Each is a self-contained universe, bound together by tradition, community, and a shared sense of purpose. Here, craft is more than commerce. It is a way of life. Children grow up watching their elders at work, learning not just techniques, but the values and stories embedded in their crafts. In many families, skills are handed down like treasured heirlooms, preserving secrets of glazing, dyeing, or carving that have weathered time and turmoil. Nowhere is this legacy more vividly expressed than in the renowned Bat Trang pottery village near Hanoi. Situated along the banks of the Red River, Bat Trang is a name synonymous with exceptional ceramics. For over 7 centuries, families here have shaped, glazed, and fired clay into exquisite objects. Vases adorned with intricate blue patterns, delicate teacups prized in households across Asia, and stunning tile work that graces palaces and temples alike. The artistry of Bat Trang lies in the marriage of form and function. Each piece carries both the elegance of tradition and the strength needed for daily life. Travel a little farther and the gentle shimmer of silk beckons from Phuc Silk Village, also near Hanoi. With looms humming in the background, generations of artisans coax shimmering threads from silkworm cocoons, transforming them into fabric renowned for its softness and sheen. The secrets of Phuc silk lie not just in the quality of the fibers, but in the use of natural dyes, shades extracted from leaves, roots, and flowers. Scarves, dresses, and traditional Ao wear come alive with colors that echo the village's landscape, changing gently with the light. In Bac Ninh province, on the banks of a tranquil pond, the Dong Ho painting village tells stories in wood and ink. Here, time-honored woodblocks are used to create vivid prints that blend hues of yellow, red, green, and black. Each image is steeped in symbolism, the carp leaping over the dragon's gate, mothers surrounded by playful children, or the joyous scenes of Tet, Vietnam's Lunar New Year. These works are more than art. They are a visual language that records aspiration, humor, and tradition, an ever-renewing dialogue between the past and present. The whispering forests around Hanoi yield yet another tradition in the Phu Vinh bamboo and rattan village. Here, hands skilled in patience and precision weave supple bamboo and rattan strands into baskets, trays, and intricate furniture. The village's creations are eco-friendly and durable, finding their way into homes both rustic and modern. Each curve and pattern is shaped by both experience and intuition, embodying a harmony between human ingenuity and the strength of natural fibers. Travel to the central region near Da Nang, and the clanging of chisels fills the air in Non Ngoc stone carving village. Nestled at the foot of the Marble Mountains, this village is famed for its remarkable lineage of sculptors. Here, massive blocks of marble, cool, veined, and luminous, are transformed into statues of Buddha, delicate altarpieces, and polished jewelry. The sculptors' techniques reflect centuries of collective wisdom, with each generation refining their predecessors' tools and methods. Yet, their works radiate with individual interpretation, blending spirituality and artistry in stone. On the banks of Hoi River near Hoi An, the Kim Bong carpentry village resonates with the tap of hammers and the aroma of fresh-cut wood. The carpenters of Kim Bong are fabled for their wooden boats, as well as ornate temple facades and elegant furniture. Their mastery is evident not only in the details of phoenixes and dragons carved into paneling, but in their skill at building ocean-going vessels, linking craft to the tides of trade and migration that have long shaped Hoi An. No image is more indelible in the Vietnamese countryside than that of a shimmering non la, the iconic conical hat. In Truong Conical Hat Village, north of Hanoi, nimble hands stitch together palm leaves with split bamboo, creating hats that are practical, beautiful, and steeped in ritual. Farmers rely on these hats to shield them from sun and rain. Brides might wear delicately embroidered versions on their wedding day, their elegance enhanced by the luminous, translucent weave. Each non-la is uniquely shaped and inscribed with the care of its maker, tying together daily necessity and grace. Journeying to the outskirts of Hoi An, the air is scented with sun-baked clay at the Tan Ha Pottery Village. The ochre clay, drawn from nearby riverbanks, is kneaded by foot and hand, then thrown on primitive wheels. Potters shape sturdy bowls, urns, and figurines, distinguished by their earthy red tones and subtle patterns pressed into the surface. The methods here are little changed from those used centuries ago, each gesture shaped by wisdom and muscle memory. Back in the Red River Delta, the village of Phuc is celebrated for a whimsical and charming creation: bamboo dragonflies. Crafted with remarkable balance and finesse, these dragonflies can perch on a fingertip or the rim of a glass, symbols of prosperity and happiness. Their construction demands acute precision. Every piece of bamboo must be cut and balanced perfectly, and lively colors are painted by hand. These simple toys, adored by children and collectors alike, are a testament to the village's playful spirit and innovative thinking. In Quang Phu Co Incense Village, the landscape is transformed each day by radiant fans of color. Here, bundles of incense sticks, dyed a deep celebratory red or golden yellow, are set out to dry in the sun, creating massive fields of vibrant hues. The incense makers have honed their craft over generations, blending sawdust and aromatic resins to create sticks that will burn with a sweet, cleansing scent in homes and temples across Vietnam. This ritual production connects the village to spiritual life nationwide, as each stick becomes a bridge between the living and the divine. On humid afternoons, the gentle swish of folding fans can be heard coming from Lu Thuong Phan Village. Artisans here fashion delicate hand fans from bamboo and silk, ornamenting them with painted calligraphy, pastoral landscapes, or scenes from Vietnamese legends. Each fan is an artful composition, serving to cool the body and to charm the eye, as well as to accompany dancers or poets in performance. Din Bang Wood Inlay Village in Bac Ninh Province is another haven of intricate skill, where age-old techniques merge wood with lustrous mother-of-pearl. The painstaking process demands both an artist's vision and a surgeon's precision. Each sliver of shell is shaped and set into carved surfaces, creating luxurious furniture and altarpieces that glitter in the lamplight. Designs capture mythical creatures, floral motifs, and poetic inscriptions, turning each item into a tapestry of color, light, and meaning. No survey of Vietnam's artistic heritage is complete without mentioning the country's lacquerware tradition, kept vibrant in places like Ha Thai Village. The craft involves up to 100 stages, from harvesting the lacquer sap to layering, carving, and polishing. The technique is ancient, yet Ha Thai's artisans continually adapt, incorporating contemporary designs while remaining true to the medium's magical sheen. The resulting bowls, trays, paintings, and jewelry boxes become heirlooms that bridge Vietnam's past with its future. Throughout these villages, handicraft is more than an economic activity. It is a living conduit for cultural identity. Every craft's survival depends on the tenacity of its bearers, and the value their community places on the connection between artistry and daily life. These villages stand as guardians of intangible heritage, preserving stories, rituals, and aesthetics that might otherwise be lost to global uniformity. Yet, beyond culture, the vital significance of Vietnam's craft villages is practical and economic. They provide stable income for millions of rural villagers, offering an alternative to subsistence farming and the pressures of urban migration. The focus on natural, locally sourced materials nurtures stewardship of the environment and supports a more sustainable cycle of production and consumption. As global interest in handmade, eco-friendly products grows, these communities are uniquely positioned to share their skills with new audiences while maintaining their rich traditions. In every bowl, fan, statue, and hat, the story of Vietnam's craft villages endures. This is a legacy of perseverance, a celebration of beauty born in humble settings, shaped by the hands of everyday people, and carried into the present by their love for tradition and innovation alike. To truly experience the world of Vietnamese handicrafts, you must step beyond the bustling streets of the cities and journey into the heart of its craft villages, places where tradition, artistry, and community pulse together in every finished piece. Each of these villages, many nestled within easy reach of major urban centers like Hanoi, Hue, and Hoi An, holds its own centuries-old specialty. Delicate ceramics shaped beside riverbanks, vibrant silk threads spun in damp courtyards, bamboo transformed into baskets by patient hands. Whether you arrive by pre-arranged tour, local bus, or, as many adventurous travelers do, by motorbike winding through emerald rice paddies, the path to these villages offers more than a scenic route. It is an invitation into the rhythm of Vietnamese life. Once you arrive, the invitation to participate becomes tangible. Many villages open their workshops for hands-on experiences, a cherished opportunity to cross the boundary between observer and artisan. Whether learning the meditative rotation of a pottery wheel in Bat Trang, brushing bold colors onto the textured canvas of Dong Ho folk painting, weaving thin bamboo strips into a patterned mat in Phuc, or dipping silk in natural plant dyes in Phuc, you'll discover that skill comes not only from muscle memory, but from the stories passed from teacher to student, parent to child. The feel of cool clay in your hands or the subtle scent of bamboo shavings connects you, for a moment, to a lineage of makers stretching back generations. The craftsmen and craftswomen you'll meet are often eager to showcase their work, and many are natural storytellers. Listen as a potter explains the symbolism etched into a tea set, or as a silk dyer recounts the significance of certain colors and motifs carried in village legend. Don't be shy about asking questions or, when language fails, expressing your curiosity through gestures and smiles. Here, communication is as much about warmth and presence as about words. You may be invited to observe a demonstration, watch the careful layering of lacquer, or witness a weaver tie off a piece with practiced hands. Often, the artisan's pride in their vocation is evident not only in their speech, but in their quiet, focused attention to each piece. To catch the village at its liveliest, plan your visit for the morning hours. This is when the air is cool, the village streets are alive with children and vendors, and artisans are eager for a new day's work. Many artisans rely on open air and natural light, so timing is especially important. The sunny mornings are crucial for drying pottery and textiles, while the rainy season, typically from May to October in northern and central Vietnam, can slow production and make travel trickier along rural lanes. For those keen to shop, the best experience is found not in city souvenir shops, but at the very source, village markets, cooperative galleries, or family studios. Here you buy directly from the people who envision and shape each piece, ensuring that your purchase supports their livelihood and the survival of their art. Meeting producers face-to-face, you're offered a glimpse into the realities and rewards of their daily work. Prices in these settings are typically fair, reflecting both the time invested and the cost of high-quality, natural materials. While bargaining is part of the culture, remember that respectful negotiation means recognizing the value of skilled labor and heritage. Sometimes, a few thousand dong more is a way to honor the generations of knowledge woven into a single item. With the growing popularity of Vietnamese crafts and the rise of mass-produced imitations, distinguishing genuine, handcrafted pieces requires a discerning eye. Authentic items often bear subtle signs of the human touch, a slightly asymmetrical bowl, irregular brush strokes, or the carved initials of the maker discreetly hidden on the base. Natural materials, silk, bamboo, rattan, clay, signal tradition and quality. Ask about the origins of each piece, and artisans will often take pride in explaining their methods and family history. For travelers who plan to bring home more than memories, packing and shipping are well-honed arts in themselves. Vietnamese craftspeople are adept at wrapping ceramics, lacquerware, and silk to survive long journeys. Always request extra padding and inquire about the possibility of overseas shipping. Many workshops are experienced with international customers and can arrange direct shipment, sparing you worry on your onward travels. When it comes to gifts, few objects capture the spirit of Vietnamese craft as beautifully as a hand-woven bamboo tray, a lacquered jewelry box, a silk scarf in jewel-bright hues, or the folding grace of a painted fan. Each object, carefully chosen, carries not just physical beauty, but echoes of the stories, rituals, and environment from which it sprang. These make thoughtful tokens for friends and family, and can become treasured reminders of your journey. Photography, too, can be a powerful way to remember your experience and share these moments with others. However, always pause to request permission before raising your camera. Certain processes or objects may have religious meaning or involve private rituals. Showing patience and respect goes far in building genuine connections. Often, artisans will be happy to let you capture their craft in progress, sometimes even inviting you to step behind the scenes and snap unique, intimate moments. For many Vietnamese artisans, craft making holds spiritual significance beyond simple livelihood. It's not uncommon to see a potter quietly burn incense before beginning a morning's work, or witness a weaver murmur a prayer for steady hands and inspiration. These acts are expressions of gratitude and mindfulness, rooted in local beliefs and the deep respect for ancestral wisdom. In each object, tangible or ephemeral, are layered the myths, proverbs, and symbolism that form the cultural DNA of Vietnam. Take the time to learn, or ask, a few of these stories. Flower motifs might represent prosperity and renewal. Dragons or phoenixes, imperial lineage and transformation. A particular shade of indigo or crimson carries connotations as deep as the dye itself. Even the materials embody meaning. Resilient bamboo signals flexibility and integrity, while silk recalls luxury and centuries-old trade. Language barriers may seem daunting at first, especially in the more remote villages. Yet you'll find that shared enthusiasm for beauty, form, and tradition bridges these gaps with ease. Gestures, simple words, and open curiosity create bonds stronger than any transaction. Travelers who approach with respect and a willingness to learn often find themselves welcomed into workshops, homes, and even village celebrations. One of the defining features of Vietnamese handicrafts today is a growing commitment to sustainability and environmental harmony. Many traditional crafts employ natural, renewable materials. Bamboo and rattan for weaving, clay for pottery, organic dyes for textiles. Several villages incorporate zero-waste practices, reusing scrap materials and relying on manual processes rather than industrial machinery. As a visitor, your support of these eco-conscious makers encourages the preservation of these earth-friendly ways, vital in a world of increasing environmental challenges. A remarkable transformation is underway in some craft villages, driven by a new generation of young Vietnamese artists and entrepreneurs. These innovators honor ancestral techniques while infusing their creations with modern aesthetics, altering shapes, updating colors, or incorporating contemporary themes. Their work, whether found in traditional markets or emerging galleries, symbolizes the living evolution of Vietnamese craft. Not a relic of the past, but a vibrant practice, breathing fresh energy into old forms. Through all these experiences, one truth emerges with clarity. The value of Vietnamese handicrafts lies not simply in their form or function, but in the living heritage they carry. Each bowl, scarf, or lacquer box is a testament to patience, ingenuity, and the enduring bonds of community. When you hold such an item in your hands, you hold a story, one tied as much to the present as to the past, and capable of inspiring those who come after you. Your journey into the craft villages of Vietnam, marked by hands-on exploration, personal encounters, and moments of shared discovery, can become a point of deep, personal connection. You'll come away with more than souvenirs. You'll gather insight into Vietnamese resilience and adaptability, humility in the face of centuries-old wisdom, and hope in the sustainability practices of today's artisans. By choosing ethical shopping, supporting local economies, and championing the work of authentic makers, you become a small part of the story, an agent of preservation and cultural appreciation. You carry with you objects that are not just reminders of place, but living expressions of spirit, tradition, and creativity. As you travel onward, may each piece you bring home inspire you, spark conversations, and remind you of the warmth and artistry found in Vietnam's villages. And may you, in turn, encourage others to seek out these experiences, to respect the value of skilled hands and cultivated patience, and to cherish the connection between people, craft, and culture. A connection that, when honored, helps to sustain living heritage for generations to come. With each journey through the craft villages of Vietnam, the tapestry of tradition is rewoven, strengthened by every respectful visitor, every curious learner, and every conscious shopper. Here, in the quiet tap of a loom or the steady shaping of wet clay, you'll find not only the treasures of Vietnam's past, but the living heart of its future, held in the hands of devoted makers and, for a brief while, in your own.